Hey guys, Madcowe here, and today I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to get good at Payday 2. Now, even though this is mostly a team game, I will be focusing mostly on personal things that you yourself can do to at least not be a burden to your team or to have a higher chance of survival when solo. These tips will mostly help out new players. However, I hope that even experienced players will learn something out of this. So, let's get started. Tip number 1. Have only one enemy on the screen at a time. This one makes total sense, but we don't always realize it. If you can see several enemies, that obviously means they can see you too, as well as shoot you. So take cover, pick out and kill only one enemy at a time. That way you minimize the risk of getting shot. This technique works even better with special enemies, since you can highlight them, take cover, see where they are, aim, and then get out and shoot. If it's a tougher enemy, like a bulldozer, you can go in and out taking one shot at a time to ensure that you don't get killed yourself. Tip number 2. The buzzer or the brass knuckle melee weapons can be really useful if an enemy gets in your face unexpectedly, giving you enough time to deal with them. This can also be very useful for making enemies cuff themselves, since you can intimidate them while they're on the getting shocked animation. These weapons deal very low amounts of damage, however, so use them mostly to immobilize enemies while you kill them or do something else. They even work on cloakers! Tip number 3. A very useful combo that I use all the time is the Anarchist perk deck along with the Berzerker skill. The Anarchist deck gives you a huge amount of armor, and the Berzerker skill makes you deal double damage with your ranged weapons. Just make sure that you don't lose all your armor, otherwise one shot will most likely kill you. Tip number 4. Converted enemies, especially if you have the skills, can take a huge amount of hits and help you kill other enemies. If you manage to intimidate a weak cop and convert them, those are really powerful as well, being able to kill a bulldozer in a few shots. Tip number 5. If you have an ace deployable and are going solo, you should probably carry that one. Otherwise, if you're playing in a team, try to fill the gaps. If there are 2 players with aced ammo bags and you also have an aced ammo bag, it might be a good idea to take a medic bag or something else instead. And if your ammo management is good, you can even take some other deployables even if they aren't aced, as the basic one placed on pre-planning or assets should be more than enough. So take what you feel like you will need the most. Tip number 6. Speaking of ammo, you can now toggle ammo highlights in the options. This allows you to see where the ammo boxes are, so you can very quickly dash through them to restock your ammo and get back in cover. Just be careful not to die surrounded by enemies. Tip number 7. When you need to go grab ammo, do another objective, go grab a deployable, etc., just run straight there and do not shoot. Shooting will make the enemies turn their attentions to you and more than likely shoot at you. So it's far safer to simply sprint where you need to go, get back into cover and then attack the enemies. Tip number 8. This one should be obvious, but if you're having a hard time in a heist, die too quickly and need to move bags and etc., it takes longer, but it's way safer to wait until the assault is over. At this stage, the cops will retreat, giving you plenty of opportunity to move bags and do what you need to do without much risk of getting harmed. Except for snipers. Watch out for those still. Tip number 9. Beware of the turret. The turret can really hurt you and your team, especially the AI if you're not careful. And it can also tank quite a lot of damage before it is destroyed. Unless you have a really high damage weapon, I recommend that you avoid it as much as you can. But if you need to go near it for objectives or something else, keep in mind that when you break the armor, it goes down for repair for a few seconds. This only happens twice, however, before you need to kill it, so save that for when you really need it. Tip number 10. And last but not least, make killing Captain Winters your priority. Not only does he make the assault last forever while he's active, but he also gives a very large buff in damage and defense to every enemy unit. The best way of dealing with him is by using explosives or fire, like molotovs for example. If you don't have either, quickly run around him and shoot him on the head. And that will be it for my 10 tips on how to get good at Payday 2. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with my tips? Do you have any other tips that I failed to mention that you think are important? Do you have any tweaks to any of the tips that I said that would make life easier? Just let us know in the comments below and have fun, guys. Just Yeah. Thanks for watching again. Okay, now you're staying for longer. I don't know how to react to this. Okay, I'll just end this. Bye.